Hi, my name is Darcy Penner, and I am the Social Enterprise Policy and Program Coordinator for the Canadian Community Economic Development Network. We are a member network that works with organizations for building inclusive and sustainable communities.
And my name is Sara Atnikov, and I work with an organization called Manitoba Green Retrofit. We're a nonprofit social enterprise that exists specifically to give jobs to folks who face barriers to employment. So we exist to reduce poverty through employment. For me, Manitoba Success looks like a collaborative economy that supports every person, every individual to reach their full success, whatever that may be for them.
And for me, the Manitoba Success is that when you have organizations and individuals who are putting all this hard work into reducing poverty and building inclusive communities, that we have a policy environment and relationships environments throughout the province that are supportive of the individuals and the innovation and the energy that is there for folks who are doing poverty reduction work. The strengths that we have here in Manitoba for this success and for this bold idea, I think, is the collective history that we have of so many organizations, hardworking individuals, and communities that have tons of on-the-ground experience and have learning in terms of what is an effective way of building inclusive economies and what's an effective way of building inclusive communities. And then the partnerships and the collaborative nature that some of this work has happened. We have a great working relationship with Manitoba Housing and Community Development has been a flagship supporter of social enterprise development in Manitoba. So those types of partnerships and collaborations are a crucial strength for us.
Yeah, I would say partnerships, our relationship with Manitoba Housing has been really instrumental in our success. Other partnerships with Assiniboine Credit Union and other sort of larger organizations that are willing to sort of take a risk on something that might seem a little out of the box but really does make a lot of sense.
To reach this potential of the bold Manitoba that we want to see, we think the next steps are to ensure that we have an ecosystem of place of supports for the organizations and the individuals who are working towards these poverty reduction efforts and for the establishment of social enterprise. Whether that's access to capital, supportive education institutions, purchasing from the private sector and the public sector, there's a whole suite of things that we're going to need. And some of them we have, some of them are great strengths, but we're going to have to push harder and harder so we can continue to support this work that's happening. And on the flip side, to understand that when it comes to the employees of social enterprises, the folks who have barriers to employment and to the traditional labor market, we got to make sure that the wraparound supports are in place for them to succeed on the job site. So we're talking about things like affordable childcare, access to affordable housing, ensuring that mental health services are in place and that these necessary supports are there so that the efforts to help individuals succeed in the labor market is fully realized and done best.
Yeah, and on top of what Darcy said, I would say that it's important to sort of be brave and to take risks and to look at things in an innovative way. And innovative doesn't necessarily mean that you need to start something that never happened before. It means that you could take an existing problem and come up with a creative solution. It could mean that you could create a new partnership with a social enterprise. If you're a regular for-profit business, you could collaborate and work with a social enterprise. And that would really take things to the next step.
This vision for Manitoba is happening, and we're putting efforts into it, and it's growing. We have the Manitoba Social Enterprise Strategy. It's a clear plan for how we can ensure that the supports are there and the ecosystem is built so that social enterprises can thrive and grow and continue to provide more employment opportunities for people with barriers to employment. So this vision we just need the implementation of the recommendations and a continued commitment from all the sectors to seeing this work shine.
Yeah, like Darcy said, this is happening, and we're really good at doing what we're doing, and we understand that other businesses are good at doing what they do, so we would love to be good at doing it together, because we really do believe that we're stronger together. So that's my vision for Manitoba.
What's yours?